During Pokemon Day yesterday, the Pokemon Company announced Pokemon trading card game Pocket, a brand new iPhone and Android game coming in 2024 that reimagines the experience of collecting Pokemon TCG cards in an innovative digital format. As you saw in the trailer, Pocket will give you 2 free booster packs every day, which feature some cards only found in the game. And with those cards, you can engage in quick battles featuring streamlined rules based on the classic Pokemon TCG battle system. Unlike Pokemon TCG Live, which has 0 microtransactions, Pocket will be free to start, which is corporate speak for we will have microtransactions. First off, let me just say that Pokemon TCG Live has never been featured in a Pokemon Presents, not even the one that took place right as Live first launched. Yet Pokemon TCG Pocket received more screen time than any other game during this year's presentation. Unfortunately, that's just the way things are. Live is developed by the Pokemon Company International, who probably woke up on Tuesday morning and found out about Pocket at the same time as the rest of us. Pocket, meanwhile, is a collaboration between Creatures, the creators of the TCG, and DNA, who works on Pokemon Master Sex. Before you go thinking PTCGL is getting replaced, don't worry, the Pokemon Company won't let you off that easily. Pocket is a more casual, digital-only version of the Pokemon TCG, sort of like how Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links differs from Master Duel. Live will continue to be updated in conjunction with the physical game, while Pocket will just kind of do its own thing. On the bright side, a digital-only TCG experience is something I've talked about for some time. With PTCGO and Live, if the Pokemon Company accidentally printed a mega powerful deck like, say, Mew VMAX, they'd spend the next couple of years releasing cards like Drapion V and Spiritomb to try and directly counter it. Now, since a lot of the cards are exclusive to Pocket, they can make balance updates regularly, sort of like what you currently see in Marvel Snap. They aren't tied to a physical card game where once something's printed, it's like that pretty much forever, unless there's an obvious grammatical error like we saw with Garchomp from Brilliant Stars. So how will Pocket differ from the main game? We get some hints based on several of the cards revealed in English as well as the gameplay. For starters, EX Pokemon aren't worth 2 prize cards, they're worth 2 points. And it appears as though the first to take 3 points wins the duel. They also have less hit points than normal EXs. Retreat cost remains, but there's no such thing as resistance, while weakness is plus 20 damage rather than the typical times 2. And bench Pokemon appear to be limited to 3 rather than the typical 5. Probably the most interesting change has to do with the energy zone. It's all speculation right now, but it may be similar to that of Pokemon My First Battle, where energy is placed into the energy zone next to the active spot, and any Pokemon in the active spot can use that energy. I don't know if it's going to be a full 1-to-1 copy though, because some of the cards that mention the energy zone seem to have differing interactions, and the trailer also shows energy attached to Pikachu EX and Electabuzz at the same time. Cards that mention the energy zone include Moltres EX, which takes energy from your energy zone with its attack, Brock, a supporter that can take a fighting energy from the energy zone and attach it to Golem or Onix, and Gardevoir, which can take a psychic energy and attach it to your active psychic Pokemon. Obviously, if they're going for simplicity, an energy zone makes a lot of sense, rather than having to include energy in your deck and hope you draw into it at the right time and you don't have to do a pass of shame when you whiff, but we'll have to wait for more details in the future. Ultimately though, Pocket is kind of a double slap in the face to PTCGL players, isn't it? Instead of putting more resources into Live to ensure it's the best game it can be, they're creating an entirely brand new app that likely has more funding, and, clearly, is much more important to the overall Pokemon ecosystem. And the best part is, Pocket will have trading, a feature they removed entirely when shifting from PTCGO to PTCGL. I'm not saying crafting is worse than trading, in fact it's much better overall, but it's another what the far-fetched moment when it comes to Pocket's existence. Even IGN made an article discussing this. Titled, Pokemon TCG Pocket is the right game at the wrong time, it talks about how we need a high-quality app to showcase the Pokemon TCG, and Live ain't it, yet they're going ahead and giving us a casual experience? They also bring up the comparison to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel and Duel Links, noting that what Yu-Gi-Oh! Has that Pokemon doesn't is one of their games doesn't completely eclipse the other in quality. And remember back when Live first came out and everyone hated it and the #1 creator in the space, Andrew Mahone, agreed that it's a brand damaging experience? Well, with the announcement of Pocket, guess what people are going to do? They're going to go to the App Store, search Pokemon TCG, and you know what's going to appear? PTCGL and its horrible 2.6 stars out of 5. Not launching Pocket on the same day as the announcement was a huge miscalculation, and to hammer that home, Live had matchmaking issues on Tuesday right after Pocket was revealed. So it likely saw a flood of new people who will be turned off of the Pokemon TCG forever because it isn't what they expected or wanted. Speaking of that negative feedback we've been heaping on Live for the past 2 years, it's pretty clear now that with Pocket, the Pokemon Company heard us. Except instead of putting that feedback towards Live, they just decided to make another brand new Pokemon TCG game. Yeah, it kind of feels like a double kick to the Pokeballs, doesn't it? I didn't think I'd be making another PTCGL rant video so soon after the last one, but the Pokemon Company sure does like giving me more ammo, don't they? While I personally think Pocket will be a good app on its own, minus the fact that the timer appears to start at 20 minutes for each player, the reveal strategy was horribly mismanaged. They haven't bothered to optimize the existing TCG app, yet they're launching another one? I guess they saw how happy we were after finally getting a game login live, decided that we're not worthy of happiness, and wanted to send us crashing back down to Earth.